Hello friends, I am Dinkar Pundlikrao, working as an associate professor in Danupasak Mahavidyalaya Chintur. Now this video is prepared for an assignment given by the FDP conducted by Swami Ramanand Tirth Marathwada University Nanded and Toshniwal Mahavidyalaya Sengaon. My topic is Introduction to Electrochemical Cell. Friends, we know that the electrochemistry, it is a branch of the science. When we talk about the chemistry, it is a part of a chemistry in which we study the conversion of electrical energy into the chemical energy, as well as the conversion of chemical energy into the electrical energy. Now that branch we study the interconversion of these two is called as the electrochemistry. Now the device which is used for this study is called as the electrochemical cell. Now there are two types of electrochemical cell. One is electrolytic cell and another is a galvanic cell. Electrochemical cell, which is divided into the two. The first one is the electrolytic cell. Now this is a cell which study the conversion of the electrical energy into the chemical energy. For example, it is carried out in a voltmeter. Second is the galvanic cell. The galvanic cell is a cell in which there is electricity generated. Now that electricity is generated by means of either physical change or a chemical change. The example is a Daniel cell. Now we are interested in the galvanic cell. Now that galvanic cell are again of two types. One is a reversible cell and another is a irreversible cell. Reversible cell should satisfy certain conditions. For example, if reversible cell is connected to the external source of EMF, then that external source is having a higher EMF than that of the galvanic cell. At that time, the cell reactions get reversed and current flow into the galvanic cell. When the second condition, if the galvanic cell is connected to the external source of EMF having the same EMF, at that time there is no cell reaction and there is no flow of a current. The third condition is that if the galvanic cell is connected to the external source of EMF having the less EMF than that of the galvanic cell, then it is found that the cell reaction is as it is and the cell current flow from galvanic cell to the external source of EMF. Now that galvanic cell which satisfies these three conditions is called as a reversible cell, in which there is a cell reaction which get reversed. That means it will act as a galvanic cell as well as it will act as an electrolytic cell, depends upon the EMF of the external source. Whereas irreversible cell, in which the cell reaction cannot be reversed by applying the external EMF. The example of reversible cell is a Daniel cell again, and that of the irreversible cell, it is a dry cell. That means a pencil cell which we use in the remote. Now this is about the reversible and irreversible cell. Now the question is how to write the cells on a paper, which is called as a cell formula. For that purpose we should know how that cell is constructed. Now the galvanic cell consists of two parts. One is a oxidation half cell, another is a reduction half cell. Now oxidation half cell is that part in which there is a oxidation occurs, and reduction half cell is that part in which there is a reduction occurs. Now when these two half cells are connected, then we will get a complete cell. We call it is a galvanic cell. Now, to represent a cell on a paper, there are certain conventions. Now let us say that conventions. The first convention is that the cell that is the half cell on the electrode at which oxidation occurs, which is a negative electrode and which is having the low reduction potential, is written on the left side of the formula, whereas the cell, half cell, at which reduction occurs, which is a positive electrode and which is having the high reduction potential, is written on the right side. That means the negative electrode anode is written on the left side and the electrode positive, which is written on the right side. Now there is a single vertical line between the electrode, that is the metal electrode, and its solution, which represent the direct contact between the two phases, whereas there is a double vertical line in between the two half cells, that is it represents the indirect contact between the two half cells. Now the concentration of the solutions is written in bracket below that ion solution. When the gas is there, at that time its pressure is written. When the gas is there, gas electrode is there, at that time the inert metal like that of platinum is used for electrical contact. Now there is an arrow from left to right, top of the formula of that cell. It represents the flow of electron from left to right, whereas there is arrow below that formula which represent the flow of current from right to left. Now in this way we can represent a cell by using the conventions. Now in the cell we can found that there is a left side, a couple is there which is called as oxidation couple. It is represented as, for example, A/A plus, and on the right side that couple is called as a reduction couple, which is represented as B plus/B. In this way a cell is represented. Now let us say the types of a galvanic cell. Now the galvanic cell are of two types depending upon the generation of electricity. If the electricity is generated by means of a chemical change, then it is called as a chemical cell. If the electricity is generated by means of physical change, then it is called as the physical change, then it is called as a concentration cell, because there is a electricity generation by means of change in the concentration. Now we are interested in the concentration cell. The concentration cell is again of two types. One is if the electricity is generated by means of change in concentration of electrode, then it is called as a electrode concentration cell. If there is a change in concentration of electrolyte, and due to that there is a generation of electricity, then it is called as a electrolyte concentration cell. Now we are interested in the electrolyte concentration cell. Now this electrolyte concentration cell, in which the electrode is placed in a solution, both electrodes are same, that both electrodes are placed in the same solution of an electrolyte, but the concentration of electrolyte is different, then it is called as a electrolyte concentration cell. In case of electrode concentration cell, the electrodes is of same material, it is placed in a solution of same electrolyte, but the concentration of electrode is different, that's why it is called as a electrode concentration cell. Now that electrolyte concentration cell is again of two types. One in which the two solutions of electrolyte is in direct contact, there is a direct transfer of ion from one solution into the another solution, then it is called as the electrolyte concentration cell with transport. If there is no transfer of ions from one solution into the another solution, that it is called as a electrolyte concentration cell without transport. That means there are two types. One is a electrolyte concentration cell with transport, direct transfer of ions, and electrolyte concentration cell without transport, that is there is no transfer of the ions. In this way we studied today the types of galvanic cell. Now in the next video we are going to study the measurement of the EMF of these cells. Thank you.